Hi, congratulations on your new RV. We're really excited for you. Please make sure before you're signing that you bring the following items with you. If you're a cash buyer, please make sure that you bring a cashier's check, no personal checks at time of signing, or you may bring actual cash. If you're a finance customer, please make sure that you bring proof of insurance listing your specific lien holder. If you need that information, please call us ahead of time. Also, make sure that you bring all valid driver's license of all persons that will be listed on the title. If you have a trade that you're trading in with us, please make sure that you bring your 10-day payoff as well as your title and all persons who will be listed on the title of that trade. Arrive 30 minutes early before your appointment time so we can properly inspect your unit, and also make sure that you have the fridge on and running prior to arrival. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call at 810-686-0710. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Hello, this is Mike with TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on your purchase of your Jayco JAYFLIGHT SLX Series 195 RB travel trailer. I'm going to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things to get the best out of your camping experience. But let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite. A couple things to take into consideration when parking. On your campsite, there'll be plenty of room for that awning to come in and out. And on your off campsite, I really just want you to think about where your power and water connections are going to be. They're going to be just behind your tire, on your driver's side of your tow vehicle or off camp side of the trailer. Power plug in there, city water connection for campsites will be right there. So park accordingly so you can utilize the facilities at the campsite. Once you arrive and unhook your hitch, you're going to level your unit. Simply crank it up or crank it down until you're level. Once you got your unit level, let's go ahead and put down your stabilizing jacks. Now you got two in the rear. I do recommend grab a 2-pack of stabilizing jack pads, put them on the ground. You have a 3/4 inch hand crank here. You can use an impact driver or a drill gun. Just slow down when you get to the bottom, because you're only going to want to run these down, and backwards will be down, just until they're taut. Remember, our unit's already level. We're just going to want to stabilize it. So run these down until you have some type of resistance on your hand crank. Once you have resistance, that's as far as you want to go down. Remember, we're already level, we just want to stabilize it. So run that one down, run the other one down. Got your unit level and stable, we can hook up our power and water. Power cord plugs in here on the side. It goes into the left, turn it to the right, and then put on your gray washer to lock that on there. At the end of that big long 30 amp cord, you can use a 30 to 15 amp adapter to plug into 110. That'll be in your convenience pack. Got your power hooked up. Let's hook your water up. At the campsite, you will hook up the city water connection. First and foremost, your water pressure regulator. This water pressure regulator is going to reduce the water pressure to 40 to 50 psi, protecting the lines in the unit. Always good to use this because you don't know what the water pressure is at different campsites. Get that on there, get that in there nice and tight. Go ahead and hook up your hose, but don't turn your hose on yet. Just to the left of that is your hot water heater. All we're going to do at this point, make sure our drain plug's back in. You may have left it out last time you were camping. Take that, get it on there nice and tight. Once that's on there snug, then you can go ahead and turn that hose on. Now after that hose has been on for a few minutes, go inside, open up your water taps, get all the air out of the lines, get a nice steady flow of water flowing through everything. Then you'll know that your hot water heater is full and you can turn it on from indoors. Now let's say we're going to go camping and we're not going to use city water. We're going to go dry camping, or boondocking as people like to call it. In that case, we'll fill up our freshwater tank. That's located at the front on your off camp side. No need for a water pressure regulator here. Simply use a hose. Don't leave it unattended while you're filling it. And there's two ways to tell when it's full. One, there's an overflow valve right here. Or two, on the inside where you check the levels of your battery and black and gray tanks, there's also a freshwater button. Once that's full, put that cap back on, and then whenever you want to utilize that fresh water, you'll turn on your water pump indoors. Don't turn on your water pump when hooked up to the city water. That's already pressurized. All right, you're all set up with power and water. Let me walk you around the rest of the outside of the unit. Again, your fresh water. Here's your low point drain for that. And your off campsite up here is a vent for your microwave. There's where you're plugging your cable at the campsite. That's a flue for your furnace. Do not block this opening, and if you are running your furnace, steer clear of that. It does get hot. Again, your power, your hot water heater. There's your low point drains. City water connection, black and gray dumps. Spare tire with a cover. You also prep for a backup camera. Furion sells one through our store that you can purchase and set on the dash of your tow vehicle. Put another device on here to electronically communicate and give you a backup camera for the unit. Big awning here. Show you something quick on that. Say your picnic table's down there and it starts raining. You've got this pull down pitch adjust. Crank that down like that. That'll pitch away your awning and run all that rainwater down to this end. You can do that from either end. Going around the front here, not much to talk about. Down here by these stabilizing jacks, you do have a quick connect LP. You also have a couple of outdoor speakers and a 110 in case you want to put a crock pot or something outside on the table. Your big pass-through storage, accessible from under your bed from inside. Here's your propane, simply lefty-loosey to open. Down here, check your battery posts every now and then. Make sure those haven't wiggled loose going down the road. And that about covers everything on the outside. Let's go take a look inside your unit. So the first thing I like to point out in every trailer is the fire extinguisher. Make sure that you and everyone that's camped with you knows that the fire extinguisher is located at the entry doorway in case of an emergency. Stepping up inside, immediately to our right, there's going to be your interior and exterior lighting, as well as your awning control. We're going to run that out. I'm going to show you. On these awnings, you only want to run that out until your white flap falls down to 90 degrees and you can see that brown bar. These will continue to run themselves out and run themselves up backwards. So keep an eye on it when you're running them out. Make sure you don't run them out further than you need to. You have your pitch adjust down, get it as straight as possible. It will straighten itself back out. Shut off our awning lights. And always make sure that you've ran your awning all the way in. Close our door. These are called slam locks for a reason. They close really nicely if you lightly slam them. Coming up inside your unit, your table here. You can lift this up off here. Fold your leg up underneath. Move that from that metal clamp. Set this tabletop down on top of these 4 legs here. Put your cushions on top, and that'll give you another sleeping quarter here. RV Technology sound system, Bluetooth, AM, FM, auxiliary, dual zone, indoors, or just outdoors, or both. Touch it once to mute it, hold it in to close. Your bedroom here does have a curtain. This is a template for where it's wired for solar. If you ever have this unit completely wired for solar, leave this template on here. That shows the techs where they need to keep their wiring at. 110 on both sides of the bed. Individual one-touch lighting for your reading lights and your closets. Storage under your bed. Again, accessible to all the storage from outdoors and access to your fresh water tank. Emergency exit window. You have your 110 with GFCI reset here. Over here is your little panel to check your brand new battery. Your fresh tank, that's the one I said you can hold down to tell when your potable water is full. Your black and gray tanks. Here's where you turn on your water pump. Here's where you turn on your water heater if hooked to gas, your water heater if hooked to electric. It does make a difference. Plug in a TV here, you can go 12 volt. If you do put a TV in here, make sure that that green light is on before you run your digital channel scan to pick up local channels. It's a digital channel enhancer and it'll allow you to pick up more channels. Self-explanatory microwave. Below that, a light and a exhaust fan. The glass top here makes a nice backsplash. Turn on your panel light. Turn this to high. Push in, and when your gas is on, your flames will come here. Below that, it's going to be your furnace register and access panel to your breaker box and fuses. Got a little variety in there, 30, 40, some 15s. Highly recommend having a handful of those with you when you go camping. Coming over to your door cold fridge, controls are up top. Turn it on right here. So whatever's white is what we're controlling. For example, here it's the freezer, here it's the fridge. The freezer we like to keep at 5. The fridge at 3. You can raise that or lower it here. And this is in night mode, telling the fridge, hey, I'm not going to be opening and closing as much. Save me some power, and it does so. Right above that, your AC unit. Just crank that on by hand. Or on the wall, thermostat. Crank that on. Shut that off. You'll notice that it always takes a few minutes for the furnace fan to cycle through before they shut off. In your bathroom, you have a hand crank open. Vent in here. No exhaust to it. You have a tub and shower with a skylight. Your closet. And on the side of your dinette is your 12-volt carbon monoxide propane detector. Now the reason I mentioned that's 12 volts, always running off your battery. So if you are out dry camping somewhere, nothing plugged in charging your battery, and you're going to be gone for the day, disconnect your battery post to keep this from running your battery down while you're gone. Lastly, your smoke alarm is up here in the ceiling. Well, it covers everything on the inside. Let's act like we're leaving the campsite and close the unit up. I like to shut off my interior lights here because then I can see any individual lights that I need to walk through the unit and shut off by hand. And as you hear, the furnace is still running. It literally takes a couple of minutes. Once I walk through and shut off everything by hand, come back over, turn on my interior lights, and say doors and drawers. Make sure all your doors and drawers are closed. Nothing's going to wiggle around while we're heading down the road. Everything's secure. Shut off your lights and exit the unit. Steps fold up real easy. Just lift, tuck it in. Lock and deadbolt your exterior door. Lift and turn this handle. Your door is ready for travel. Now you can wait to lock and deadbolt that until after you go to the dump station, because you might want to go inside and check your tanks on your panel, but most people do it by ear. If we are out dry camping, underneath your freshwater tank, go ahead and dump that tank. If you're at a campsite, bring up our stabilizing jacks, unhook our power, water, and cable, hook up our hitch, and head on up to the dump station. At the dump station, park accordingly. Your dump's going to be all the way at the rear of the unit on your off-camp side or your driver's side of your tow vehicle. 10-foot hose comes with your convenience pack. Hook that up and pull our black holding tank. While that black holding tank's dumping, go ahead and pull your low point drains. Once it sounds like that black tank's no longer draining, like I said, you can go inside and press your black tank button and see if it's empty. Or if it sounds empty, go ahead and close that and pull our gray handle. Now, our gray handles will be cleaner water as your sinks and your showers. That'll clean your sewage hose out for you. Then you can conveniently and sanitarily store it right here in your bumper. Now, once our low point drain is done draining, open up your hot water heater, lift up on this pressure release valve. That's going to dump the remainder of your hot water out of there. Be careful, it is hot water. When you're done, make sure you push this handle back down, otherwise this door won't close, and then you can pull your drain plug. Close that up and head on home. Again, But thank you guys so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this JAYFLIGHT for many years to come. Happy camping.